All right, so we're going to end this part of the lecture by adding in some extra components to our game and adding in some emotions, adding in some responses, adding in some healing, things like that. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some hearts to the screen. Adding these hearts to the screen is essentially going to, so they're going to be our objects that heal the Kodu after he's been hit and his health bar has dropped a little bit. So we need to first make sure that our Kodu are set up. I did change start a new program, so I need to change my settings, make sure everything is ready to go. So I want to show my hit points, and my max hit points needs to be at about 500. So that's me, and then make sure that the other Kodu is set up the same way. I have my hit points showing, and then my max hit points up to about 500 as well. So we've got that all set up, and now we need to actually program them to respond. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in little hearts that increase our health. So here we have lots of options. The hearts are actually hidden underneath objects, and there is the hearts. We're going to add 3 of those. Now a fun fact, fun little trick is you can copy and you can actually paste objects that you want to use multiple times. So we can paste those hearts in there. Now we're going to primarily program the blue Kodu because he's the one that is being shot at. So if we right click and click on program, he's currently programmed to wander. So we're going to add some code in there. And first we're going to program him to respond in a negative fashion when his health ball falls down to be too low. So if we do when, if we go in here and say when health is below, and then we can do essentially 100 points. So we can say when our health falls below 100 points, we want to do something, and we want to essentially go into actions. We want to express an emotion. We want to express some anger, and we want to have some angry responses going on. We also want to say, okay, well, when our health is good. So when our health is maybe above, maybe we can do points, and we can do and we can add in more. So I want to do 400. So I can add those in there. When we do that, we want to have a different expression. So we can say we have action of expression. We want this to be an expression of, let's do happy. And when we're happy, we can actually go a little bit further. We can display some hearts. We can say that we are in fact happy. You can choose another if you would like. So let's test this out first. So let's actually play. You can see currently his health is very high. So bring his health down. See? His health gets really low, he's now angry. So he's got a different response when his health is very low. And we can finish out the game. He's done. So the last thing we're going to add in is we're going to add in a healing component. So while it's great that his health always goes down and he can respond to having a happy response when his health is high and a sad response when his health is low, we also want to have him respond when his health is, or we want to have him respond when he hits one of these hearts. So we click on the object tool, we right click, go to program. We can say when we bump into an object, and let's go into objects, keep going, we find the heart. So when we bump into a heart, if we go into this combat section, this is where they have some of the coding for any combative action. So if you click on combat, you'll see heal. And we can say heal by 10 points every time you hit that heart. So now if we play again, what you'll notice is that if we press play, first of all, he's very happy to start. But you'll see that when he runs into those hearts, you can hear his health increasing a little bit. So ultimately, at the end of the day, our goal is to be able to add in those extra little pieces, add in some emotion, add in some responses to our health getting low or high. So you can add in those emotions, they're kind of fun to play around with, and they add a little spark to your game.